Yes, you are a treasure hunter. You want to learn Knuckles. Welcome to You Are Bad, episode 7, I believe. This is the only shorts You Are Bad that I'll ever do, probably, because this is going through one clip tech, and this is actually probably the easiest clip from Wild Canyon, but a lot of people will get this wrong because they'll just assume things about it. So the biggest mistake people make with Chungus clip is assuming it works like any other clip in the game, and this clip is really unique in that it doesn't work intuitively. What a lot of people do after seeing somebody do this clip is they will run into the pillar and like hold against the wall and try and clip out just as they would do with any other clip in the game, you know, like try and glide into it maybe, you know, do all weird things of collision, you know, Knuckles tries to clip out here, tries to use the collision system kind of like you would do with a sign clip maybe, or an object clip in this game, but that's just not how this clip works. Let's get into it. So this is what a standard baseline Chungus clip would look like. And it's a couple step process of what I just did to make sure I clipped out of bounds there. The very first thing that you want to do is make sure that you start from a little bit further. I mean, you can get kind of close to do the clip. I can probably go from here and make it out of bounds, as you can see, but when you're starting off, it's definitely a good idea to start practicing it pretty far back so you can get a good amount of speed before you hit it. And I like to tell people to start learning this clip from about near the head, and then the more you do this clip, the more confident you can get, and the closer you can get to the pillar. I can probably go from here at this point. No, that's not too close. You see the picture anyway. So, starting from next to this head, you're going to do a puncher cell or any sort of movement form to get up to a really high amount of speed. So say that you were doing a slow boost and you decided to turn around at some point, that's still a good enough amount of speed. You just need to make sure that you're at least a little bit above normal walking speed at this point. It's worth noting that you can do this clip with no speed at all, but then it will barely save time, and it's actually really difficult. As you can see, I didn't get it first try there. The less speed you have for this clip, the harder it becomes. And also the slower it becomes, of course. So yeah, you're gonna get your speed through the puncher cell here to make sure that you have enough speed to make this clip worthwhile, and then you're just gonna run straight on into the pillar, like a head-on collision with this pillar. Make sure that you basically just run straight into it, right? And then as you approach the pillar, as you're about to collide with the pillar, you want to jump and then hold pretty much straight forwards. And you'll notice that Knuckles is like trying to clip out of bounds. And the reason he's not clipping out of bounds right now is because I'm holding a little bit up left to angle myself into the pillar so I could run and meet it. So what I'm gonna do, as Knuckles is trying to clip out of bounds, is shift my analog stick up right a little bit, and then Knuckles will pretty much immediately clip out. Now what I mean by a little bit upright is I don't mean this, I don't mean hold like entirely upright, because as you can see Knuckles just kind of projects the pillar in that case and starts going back to the normal stage, and I don't mean like completely right either. I mean just a little notch upright. So you'll see on the input view now, just like that much is how much I usually hold, and then Knuckles will clip out of bounds. So one more thing to note about this clip is that there's actually a small piece of collision out of bounds just behind here that you're trying to avoid. Like you see Knuckles is standing on it right now. It's basically, if you can imagine that the weight extends a little bit further out behind the wall here, and there's a solid platform behind where the weight is. When you clip out of bounds, you want to make sure that you're trying actively to avoid that platform, so obviously you can clip back into the low rim as smooth as possible. So what I'll do here is after I've clipped out, you can see I'm already starting to hold up left on the input viewer, just so I can make sure that I go a little bit around that platform, and then I don't have to hold it for too long. As long as I hold it just a little bit, I can make sure that I go around this platform and then drill down straight down, and I should land in the bottom. This clip is especially fast for pieces like behind a face, because you can clip out of bounds and they'll land pretty much immediately where those pieces are, like this. One more thing about this clip is that there's actually a hint right in front of it right there, so what you'll see a lot of people do is they will run towards this hint, grab it, and then Chungus clip before they even read the hint. And then they can read the hint while they're out of bounds to determine if they have to go to the bottom room, which is the likely case scenario for the second path. They can obviously just drill dive straight down and go to bottom room with this clip and save a little bit of time. However, if they've already set up this clip and their pieces across the armored carpool side, it's not game over because you can just glide straight back into the stage. And this is basically a preemptive way of making sure that you'll get the clip if your piece is in bottom room, and if your piece is not in bottom room, you basically don't really lose any time at all, since you can still save it and keep going down to the other side of the stage anyway. yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you don't have too many difficulties learning the clip and stuff, but I hope the video helped. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.